Hey guys, SmartNinja000. Today we are going to be working on the wizard pack. In today's video we're going to be showing off all the different wands which I've moved over to functions. I'm also going to show off the functions so you can see every single function, and another feature I added to the wizard pack which I'll get to in a second. Now normally we actually work on stuff, but today's video it's just going to be showing off all the things I did because I want to do this off camera because it's super repetitive, and it also allowed me to get a lot done. Last video we worked on the mobs. I don't think I showed this off in the last video, but it was in the thumbnail, this new mob. We also have another new mob. No one's actually seen this. It's the Yeti, and the best way to show that off, I guess, is to replace my head with the Yeti. Head with diamond hope with the correct damage. We have not made the animated versions of these yet, but we will be getting to that soon. Is that it? Yep. Effect, give EP invisibility. Yeah, we can just do this. Oh yeah, I should probably add some. Oh, so you can see the Yeti is much bigger than all the other mobs. It's about 3 blocks tall. It has these nice little ice patches on its back, and I really like those. And its arms are slightly off, which is why I'm not working on it, because I'm still working on the model. Its arms slightly too high. I don't know. I liked how the little, if you look at its foot, here I can show this better if I press. You can see its foot is actually has like ice, and then surrounding the snow in it, and I think that looks pretty cool. So that's cool. Now we've done a ton of stuff off camera with functions. So far we have an empty, which is just an empty one. You'll see why that is in a bit. We have give all, give gems, give wand, scoreboards, and wands. Now what's going to happen is when you first load this in, you'll be able to it should automatically start running everything, but you will need to run one function, which will be like function start, or it'll be pack start. And once you run this, then everything will be working, and that will just run the scoreboard objectives. Now the reason I'm doing it this way is just because I could make it so they're always running the functions, but I mean you get lots of error messages, and that slowed down. Plus also you don't need the scoreboards trying to be created every like couple seconds. Speaking of scoreboard, we actually have a lot of them now. Objectives list. We have 19. Now 18 are used as of the 17 are used right now. 18 are used for the wands. Now we still have a few more to add. We will have to add 2 more for these 2 abilities. I have not made those yet, but the wands do take durability damage, which is good, and they already have there. All these where it says air W, air E, I'll explain what those do. But yes, I do need 16 scoreboard objectives just for damage and, well, durability, whatever you want to call it. Now, if you want, I want to make it a way so if you're in creative and you want to test this out, there is a way to actually do that when this is released, of course. It's pack, and you can just do give all, give gems, or give wands. If you do give gems, you get your 4 gems. I did add custom colors to them, and actually this color needs to be changed. I changed it, and it also does say running function, so you do know if it works. And if you do give all, it says every function being run. So if something's not working, you'll know exactly which ones you're actually getting stuff from. Okay, just fix that. Now it's the correct color. This is what the color is. These are the colors. I don't think they're going to change. I do like them. I was originally planning on doing these as a light gray, but I decided to use, if I do function pack give all, I did end up changing this actually, so the empty wand has this nice little gray. The air wand is that. I might switch it back. I might swap the 2 colors on them. Not sure exactly what we're going to do with that. Now the gems don't actually stack. Nothing stacks right now. I may make some item stack, and the way I would do that is actually retexturing command blocks, because when you're in survival, you cannot place command blocks. I'm spamming right click now. And you also cannot place structure blocks. So now I can't do all the 4 structure blocks because there's only one model for every structure block in your inventory, which is this. So I could make these theoretically stack. I'm not sure if I will. I kind of like the ability of them not stacking. And also I might end up changing the give one into the into a different namespace, because you can have more than one namespace, which is Minecraft, just so that way you can write function give all. But we'll have to see. The reason I'm not using the Minecraft is in case I don't want to override anything accidentally. Now I am using the Minecraft namespace to override things purposefully, so you can see an example of this with I'm not sure, but this is a pretty common idea that you should be able to craft using all the stones tools, and I did a video about this, so you can see that. But you can craft. Now I don't know why this isn't working. Every so often it doesn't work. I don't know what's up with it. I'm not sure if it's me or whatever, but you can craft with all the different stones, and this includes like your andesite, every type of stone you have. So that's all of these good buddies. And now I like this just because I also added furnaces. If you have any other suggestions of items you should be able to craft, so far we just have furnaces and all the stone tools, which are these. They all work with this. If you have any other suggestions of items you should craft, I'll consider adding them. And I think it's pretty cool. Obviously, stuff like cobblestone slabs and cobblestone steps, I'm not going to. But I couldn't really think of that much. Those are the ones that stuck out in my head. Maybe dispensers and droppers. I don't know what an observer's recipe actually is. And it's not working. Okay, so now to actually get into the wands, I'm just going to run the function to give myself the wands. I might even make give wands. Now you'll notice there is actually no function for the loop, which is that's Minecraft tick, I believe, and you can only have one of these. But I didn't actually have one of those yet, just because I want to finish everything up. So this is the only command actually being powered. Now you can see there's all these are unpowered, all this, and even this. So everything is 100% done through functions as of now. We are still going to test with command blocks, but it will be switched over to functions, and a lot of the more like repetitive stuff will be done through functions. Now this is just pack wands, that's the one. You can see if I just right click, it's 10% broken. Now we have 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and once it gets to 100, it disappears. Now I'm thinking about playing a sound when your wand disappears. Of course, that will require another 16 commands to be run, and we are already running 89 commands just for this. We do not have the cooldowns yet. Whether we're adding that is actually a debate going on right now in my Discord server, which you can join. Link in the description. If you're not in the Discord server yet, I highly suggest it, because I post lots of sneak peeks, what's coming out, and lots of debates about what should be added, whether it should be added. It's very nice. We don't have too many members at the moment, so oh well. But I think it could be really cool. So that's that. Okay, now the fun part. We are in Sublime Text, I believe it's called, and you can see we have a little add up at the top of every single one. That's actually what the function empty does. It doesn't actually run any commands. You can see it's just this, which allows us to easily copy and paste that in. It also allows us to not have to open 7-zip up every single time we want to make a .mc function file. Now, it does look extremely complicated. I mean, there's 144 lines of code. but it's not actually that complicated. As I said, there's only 89 commands running, so there's a lot of space in between this. And since there's 144 functions, no, not 144 functions, 144 lines, and there is 98 actually being run. 46 of these are empty lines. The reason for that is just so it looks a little bit more easier to understand. You'll notice we have lots of comments. If there's hashtag, it's a comment. And the first one you'll notice is just this little box. I really like that little box. It's a little bit hard to see. You might want to click full screen. The fonts, I'm not going to zoom in on anything. But basically what we're doing is here, I'll just, if they use their wand, which is a stat for right-clicking with their caret on a stick. Now that's actually going to be adjusted, and I'll have to adjust tons of these codes, but I can just use but the data value will stay the same, and pretty much everything. The only thing that will change is the item used, so we can change that from caret on a stick to something else, but that's not the important thing. Now, anyways, what's going to happen is once you click with it and you're holding the correct item, correct count, if you secondary is correct and damage is correct, which actually detects the primary, we give you your effect. That's all it does for all these. That's just all 16 different possibilities. Now we actually only have 14 possibilities working that give you effects. All these are for not all these are for adding damage. So this just adds when you right click, it adds, and you're holding it, it just adds 1 to one of the 16 scoreboards. Now the way these scoreboards work is it is lowercase first word as the primary, and then first letter as secondary, and that's in capital. So it's super nice and easy to tell what you're actually using. Now, thing to note about this is, well, here I'll just go in game and explain it. Okay, so here we are in game, and we actually have two air wands, both with secondary air. They're 100% the same. So, yep, let me actually just clear my inventory. Okay, these are 100% the same, nothing's different about them, which is the downside. This one's 10% broken, but then you'll notice if I go to the second one, it is 20% broken. If I go back to the first one, it's 30, and it just continues on, back and forth. It will go up, and it actually clears both of them. That's a bug, I'll have to fix it. Okay, here we are back in game. I'm just going to break one round real quick, and you'll notice it also does the first one. No way to get around that, sadly. But, oh well, what can you do? Now, the reason for that is we cannot detect every single wand separately. Now this does mean if you die with a wand at 90% and you craft a new one, it will only have 10% of health. Now all the wands actually have 10 uses. I think that's pretty fair. I might bump this up. Of course, that means then, of course, I'll have to change some of the code, which you'll see in a second why. But this is, you can see you can get pretty high with these. 45 seconds, that's 450 seconds. That is over 5 minutes of water breathing. That's pretty good. Instant health, it gives you all your health back. So you can basically heal, what is it? 100 hearts, pretty good. Removes lots of fire. That's just like, I changed this. It was TNT, and I keep changing this one. This right now, as of now, clears a large area of fire and lava, and that is pretty good. It's really nice for clearing, building in the nether. This one fills air replacing water. That's super nice for, that's basically a sponge that you can carry. This one clears all your effects, so if you're attacking a witch or something, or custom boss, wink wink, this is nice. This one just fills crops, so it instantly grows a lot of your crops. That one's one of my favorites. And this one gives you 25 seconds of fire resistance, which is 250 seconds of fire resistance. That's pretty good. Now these ones actually are broken. You're going to get like 3 seconds in spectator, and this one will put mobs in ice, which will then disappear after a couple seconds. The spectator one is going to be super OP, so we definitely have to make that have a super duper little ability to use. Like, it's really expensive. And then haste 2 for 20 seconds. That's actually 200 seconds when you think about this, which is over 3 minutes. Health boost, again, that's 10 minutes of health. That's 10 minutes of like a bunch of extra hearts. Strength, that's 40 seconds of strength. Now the thing about this strength is super weak. Well, it's really good, but the problem with it is it's for such a small thing, and there is a cooldown. Hopefully, we'll see. Be sure to join the Discord server, and you'll be able to vote. But it's weak enough, but I think you can get a good 2-3 hits in with it, with the attack cooldown. Now, there will even be a weapon from a mob. Not these mobs, I don't think, but maybe a future mob that will allow you to get a sword that you can just spam right click. Of course, that sword will do like no damage. Next one is it just blinds nearby things. That's pretty good. Ring of Fire. That's cool. That's kind of cool. That's fire and earth, and then nearby mobs. I think I actually bumped this up a huge amount of the radius, but yeah, we can see in a sec. Okay, so here we are. Now what happens is, after your score reaches 10, where is it? Okay, yeah. Well, it keeps going up, and then what we do is we put that amount, whatever your score is, in front of a 0 and a %. So that's how we get it to say a certain percent, because really we are saying you can actually get 0%. Now, you will never actually see this in game, but if you set your score to -1, you can get 0. So that's cool. But yeah, and then we just keep going on, lots of different things that happen. That's just the action bar. And now we say this, if it has a secondary, put a little dash and then say the secondary. I might change this to be the color as well, but that would add a whole lot more to this, so we'll have to see about that. Then, once we do all of that junk, we get into the breaking, which is where we clear it. We only clear one. That was the bug. Forgot to add that one, and I didn't actually add it to these down here. You can, oh, I didn't click the correct, yeah, okay, it's been a long day, but anyways, yeah, so we clear them. If you have 10 or more, which means it's at 100%, which is why it says 100%, which is really nice. That worked out perfect. And we also set your score if you're above 10 to 0. Now, we don't actually detect if you're holding it, but we assume you do because that's the only way to raise it up. And then we would put the cooldown here, and the reset just resets everyone's score by, if they have a score of use wand or higher, 1 or higher, then we set it to 0. So that's how it detects when you right click. The give commands are pretty self-explanatory. We actually, yeah, we can use color codes if we save it as a special type of file. If we save it with this encoding UTF-8, that's cool. So these are all the scoreboard commands. You can see there's just a lot of them. Cooldown, and this is the command as of now. Now with the stats, this will probably change. Hopefully there's an easy way to use right-click detection. We don't know of this yet. This is actually a bug that allows you to detect when people right-click with the carrot on the stick, which means we will have to do a lot more work when that comes out. And this is just all this good stuff for when you do the command to give yourself the wands. I might break this apart into separate ones, so earth wands, fire wands, air wands, just to make it a little bit easier, and just the wands in general, because I think that would be awesome and a little bit nicer instead of having your inventory filled up with wands you don't need. So that's pretty much it. I don't want to go too much more into detail because it's really repetitive, and basically what I just said explains it all. We're not focusing on the mobs right now, we're focusing on the wands because I think if we can really work, like push forward, I think we might even be able to add another feature I was talking to about on the Discord server, which you should join. which would be essentially wands, but you don't have to right click and it goes in your offhand. The reason for that is because the only thing you put in your offhand is your bow, your shield, your totems of undying, and of course your torches, but I don't know where that, here it is, torches. I mean, you put maps in there, but it's not too often, or compasses or clocks, so who knows. I mean, when are you really caring about what time it is? Just look up, unless of course you're mining, in which case then you'd want a clock. But compasses, usually people write down the coordinates of their bases, so that's that. It's actually kind of cool that you can stack these. Who knows, maybe someone will figure out a way to use right click detection with those. Who knows? But I could use right click detection with the fishing rods, but the problem with that is then I remove fishing from the game. And fishing's going to be important in this because I think if I override the loot table correctly, I could add the ability to fish gems from the water, which would be really cool. So I don't want to actually do that. Now you could just like detect the damage value on the wand, because fishing rods, if I just give myself a fishing rod with a damage value, we could use this for some simple right click, and they actually have 64 health, which is, I believe, more than carrots on a stick. Carrot on a stick, I believe, has 25. Yeah, carrot on a stick is 25, so you get more options with this. Of course, then you can't fish. Slight disappointment. And of course, we have to add our custom blocks, which we will be using with skulls. So that's going to be great. Okay, now, few things before we go. As you know, when 1.13 comes out, this is going to go on my server, which you can join, ninjacraft.mcpro.io. You also have a Discord for that, but I'm not going to leave that in the description because then I don't want people joining the wrong Discord, because that one's not about the wizard pack. So, but anyways, this is pretty cool, I think. I think this could get really complicated really fast, which is not something I want, but I mean, we have 16 different ones, so it is going to be complicated, which that means I'll have to make a wiki page, which is, it is something I am looking forward to. I think this is going to be really cool. There's so many possibilities with these functions, with scoreboards. I think we could really, and the texture pack, of course. I mean, I keep forgetting I don't have Optifine, and I have to fly over here every time I want to show off these guys. Yeah, there are some bugs with those. I don't think his feet would show up in the ground when he's, and I mean, but you're not going to be inside these guys, so you're not going to see little bugs. But I think it's looking pretty good. So who knows? I think it could be pretty awesome. Now I do want to add some more modules. I want to make this to be 100% vanilla, so no plugins when I do switch this over, add this to my server. So that means there will be actually a like, I don't know, we'll see. So like, for example, I might add custom groups, so like, which would be teams, and then we could have, I don't know, maybe names based off the pack, which is also, I don't know, we'll have to see. So we could have like wizard could be like the owner rank, and they're opt, and everyone with the wizard, and like, I don't know, we'll have to see. I don't want to ruin too much. I do have a couple plans for this. Maybe even, now this is obviously not going to be released with the wizard pack for a download, because hopefully there will be a download. You can download, or even the data pack you can download. But I don't want this to be like, this won't be released with it, but maybe a permissions like function thing using trigger, because you just have to enable people with trigger. That's pretty easy for some simple permissions, so we'll have to see. I'm not sure. It's going to be cool. It's going to be awesome. Anyways, yeah. No, we still have a lot more work to do. I mean, we have all the mobs to make. We have to make a few more models before we'll have everything I wanted to be done. And considering how close we are, I definitely think we can maybe add some more things to this version 0.3. If you enjoyed this and you want to see more videos like this, which are shorter, leave a like. Or, no, actually write in the comments, because if this video reaches 5 likes, I release another episode of this early. This is definitely one of the shorter episodes. We have a lot longer ones if you're more into seeing me try and figure out how to do this. This was more of a showing off what I did off camera, because obviously I don't want to have to do all those that work on camera. That would be like hours and hours of repetitive. So, yeah. Still have some more things to add. We still need to add fire gunpowder and fire TNT and all that good stuff, which we will have to make a custom skull for and figure out how to even do some more things, but who knows. If we can get 5 likes, we'll make another episode early. I try to do this like every 3 to 5 days, but if we get more likes, then I'll release in like 2 or 1 day. So, yeah, that's it. If I gotta say it one more time, guys, I'm sorry, but join the Discord server, and you can get some cool Easter eggs of what's coming. So, that's great. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoy the Wizard Pack, definitely leave a like for the early video to come out. That's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another video.